for the Torah Reading.
Is that the same as that one? Or right? Yeah.
Yes, underneath that big one.
What is it?
Oh, that's mine. One for each. Yeah.
Hello, ladies. Hello, Reese. Hello, Rylee. You guys all set? Yeah? Is that a 2 yet? Okay. What? Hey, listen, this is your day. You know, whatever you want. You don't even have to ask. Hey, Mark. You know what? I don't know. Is that sausage? Yeah, I don't know where this is.
I think there's, you know, in a box. No, it's not.
Oh, your bottle. Yeah. Got 2 minutes. Girls, open up the page. Oh, you're already there. 140? You're 2 steps ahead of me.
Is that like first?
First. First. Yeah.
Mike and Fran.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Okay. So folks, welcome everybody. Good morning. Shabbat Shalom. You all look so beautiful in your masks. All ready for the big Yantif tomorrow? Yeah, if you don't get it, you just don't get it. So what can I tell you? If you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, you don't get it. Yeah. So listen, for Reagan's bat mitzvah, let's all plan for no masks. How's that, Reagan? Huh? We'll dress down. Okay, we're going to begin our service this morning on page 140 with our Benot Mitzvah, Reese and Rylee, leading us in Matovu. How goodly are your dwellings, O Jacob, your sanctuaries, O Israel.
Matovu, Ohalet Yaakov, Mishkenotecha, Yisrael. Matovu, Ohalet Yaakov, Mishkenotecha, Yisrael. Vani, Berov Hashtecha, Avo Beitecha, Eshtachave El Heihal Kodshecha, V'yiratecha. Adonai Ahavti Me'al Beitecha, Umkol Mishkan Kavodecha. Vani Yeshachave V'yera'ah, Evrecha Lifnei Adonai Osim. Vani Tefilati Lecha Adonai Et Ratzon Elohim Berov Hashtecha Eni Ba'emet Yishecha.
Beautiful, Rylee. Let's all rise. We thank God for the many, many blessings in our lives. Turn to the morning blessings, Birchot HaShachar, 146.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan l'tzakdi v'nalekafim b'num u'bein layla.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani b'tzalmo.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asanu b'nei chorihi.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani Yisrael.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, pokea kivrihi.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, malish arumim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurihi.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, zokek kefufim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, raka haaretz al hamayim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa likol tzarkim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher echin b'tzadik aver.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Chazer Yisrael b'gvura.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, motei Yisrael b'tifaraha.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, anoten hayayef koach.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hama'avir b'einai me'einai numa me'afa paha.
Amen.
You can all be seated, continuing with the blessing of Torah learning, 152.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah.
Amen.
Adonai Eloheinu b'beit Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Torah le'amo Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Kibbutz Torah. Today we will recite blessings for the new month of Kislav, arriving this Thursday evening. Can anyone spell Chanukah? The parsha for today is a little strange. It's called Chayei Sarah, the life of Sarah, but begins with the death of Sarah and talks more about Rebekah. According to the Rambam, there are no mitzvot in Chayei Sarah, but according to tradition, there are many customs and practices originating here, customs of burial and of marriage. Despite being banished, eldest son Ishmael attends his father Abraham's funeral along with Sarah's eldest Isaac. The tension between the two brothers is a connection to the Haftorah. Reese and Rylee will read the opening verses in the first book of Kings about the intrigue between the half-brothers Adonijah and Solomon, vying for the throne of their father, King David. These are stories of imperfect people in an imperfect world. Mining for meaning in them is further complicated by the changing nature of language and culture. But the prize comes if you really dig. Continuing on page 154, Kaddish D'Rabbanan, this is a mourner's Kaddish. Mourners will please rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ve'oma divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayei chonu v'yomei chonu v'chayei dekol Beit Yisrael v'agala u'vizman kari v'imru Amen.
Amen.
Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lamei hamaya Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekud shah b'richu leila min kol birchata v'shirata tush b'chata v'nechamata da'amiran v'oma v'imru Amen.
Amen.
Al Yisrael v'al Rabbanan v'al Tamidehon v'al kol Tamidehon v'al kol mandios kin v'oraita Dibi atra hadain b'di v'chol atar v'atar. Yehei l'chon u'l'chon shlam arraba china v'chista v'rachamin v'chayin arichin u'msoner v'kei u'mfurikana mikedamu v'hon v'shemaya v'yatra v'imru Amen.
Amen.
Yehei shlam arraba amin shemaya v'chayin tovim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen.
Amen.
Osei shalom v'imrumav hu barachamav yasei shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru Amen.
Amen.
Psalm for Shabbat, page 168. Tov l'hadot v'adonai l'mevedek el yom. Taznai Sadikata Hamayifra Ke'eret Mavanun Yizke Shetulim Beveit Adonai Bechatrot Eloheinu Yafrihu Odinu Ovom Beseva Desheni Meranim Yihu Lehagid Yashar Adonai Zori Velo Avlatabo. All rise, Sukkah Simra, page 180. Baruch Shemar v'chayah olam Baruch Hu Baruch Ozev Reshit Baruch Omer v'Yosef Baruch Ozer v'chayim Baruch Merachem al haaretz Baruch Merachem al habriot Baruch Mishalem Tzachar Tov v'Freya Baruch Hailahar v'chayah lanetzach Baruch Podeh U'Matzil, Baruch Shemo, Baruch Atah Adonai, Eloheinu Melech HaOlam, Ha'el Ha'av Rachaman, Hamhulav Lefi Ha'amo, Meshubach U'Mefohar, Meshubach U'Mefohar, V'shon HaSidei De'av, Shirei David Avdecha, Melech Adonai Eloheinu, Bishvachot uvizmihirot, Bishvachot uvizmihirot, gedelka mishaberka unfayedka. V'nasker simcha v'ramnekecha mahakenu Eloheinu. Yachid hei ha'olami melech mishubach u'mevor hadei ha'shemo ha'gadol. Baruch atah Adonai. Melech mehulav v'tishbachol.
Amen. You can all be seated. Hey, Kirk. Yeah. Okay, we'll continue. Ashrei.
190. Ashrei Ashrei Beitecha Udaludu Chasela.
Ashrei Ashkechalo, Ashrei Ha'am Shadanai Eloha.
Tila Ledavid Mikol Chaycha Melech V'Abracha Shemcha Le'Elohim Va'ed.
Ve'hoyam Bavarchecha, Ve'ahalela Shemcha Le'olam Va'ed.
Gadol Adonai Melal Meod V'Ligdulato Ein Keker.
Adonai Shabbat Ma'asecha, V'rotecha Yagidu.
Adar Kivod Hodeka Nifle Niflotecha Asicha.
Ve'ezuz Norotecha Yomeru, U'duatecha Asafrena.
Zicherecha Yabihu V'Tzichecha Yiranenu.
Hanun Barachum Adonai, Erech Apam G'dol Chased.
Tov Adonai Lekov Rakamava Kol Ma'asaha.
Yaducha Adonai Kol Ma'asecha, V'chasidecha Yivachucha.
Kivod Malchutzka Yomeru U'Kedurecha Yadabedru.
Lehodia Livnei Ha'adam Gevurota, V'vod Hadar Malchuto.
Malchutzka Olamim U'Memshaltecha B'Kol Dor V'Dor.
Samech Adonai L'chol HaNochalim, V'zoked L'chol HaKefofim.
Nechol Kaisa Bedru V'Yatamik Edeklami Tamito.
Poteach et Yadecha, U'matzil L'chol Chai Ratzon.
Tzaddik Adonai B'Kol Diracha V'Chasid B'Kol Ma'asahav.
Karov Adonai L'chol Korav, L'chol Asher Yikra'uhu Ve'emet.
Ritzon V'Yav Ya'aseh V'Yet Shabbatam Yishma V'Yoshiem.
Shomer Adonai et kol ohavav, V'yeh kol harshayim yashmir.
Tilat Adonai Daber Pihi V'Varek Hovasar Shem Kodsho Le'Olam Va'ed. V'anachnu Berek Yahava Ve'ata V'yed Olam. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. 194. Kol Nishama Tehallel. Hallelujah. Kol Nishama Tehallel. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Bekodsho. Hallelujah. Berkiah Uzo. Hallelujah. Benevorota. Hallelujah. Kerogulo. Kol Nishama Tehallel. Hallelujah. Kol Nishama Tehallel. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Beteka Shofar. Hallelujah. Benevel Vechinor. Hallelujah. Betochu Makol. Hallelujah. V'Dinim V'Hukav. Kol Nishama Tehallel. Hallelujah. Kol Nishama Tehallel. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. B'tzil Tzalei Shama. Hallelujah. B'tzil Tzalei Teruah. Kol Nishama Tehallel. Hallelujah. Kol Nishama Tehallel. Hallelujah. Kol Nishama Tehallel. Hallelujah. Following page 196. Nishmat Kol Kai V'Rekachem Kai Adonai Eloheinu Leru Kol Basar. In lanu melech ala'ata, mid melach, mishmelach, mirak laha, ka'el gadol hagibor ve'hanora el elyon konei shemayim v'ha'aretz. נהלל לך ונשברך ונפארך ונברך את שם קודשך כאמור לדוד ברכי נפשי את אדוני בכל קרובי את שם קודשו.
Yasher Koach.
Baruch to your
Yasher
Rabbi.
Koach. We continue with the cantor, Shochein Ad 2:18.
שוכנן מרום וקדוש שמו וכתב רוננו צדיקים בארוני לישרים נבע תהילה לפי ישרים תתהלל ודברי צדיקים תתברך ובלשון החסידים תתרומם וקרב קדושים תתקדש ובמקלות רבבות עמך בית ישראל בריני פרשמך מלכנו בכל דור ודור שכן חובה כל היצורים לפניך אדוני אלוהינו אלוהי אבותינו להודו להלל לשבח לפעל לרומם להדר לברך להלל ולקלס על כל דברי שירות ותשבחות דוד בן ישי עבדך משיחך ישתבח שמך לעד מלכנו האל המלך הגדול והקדוש בשמיים ובארץ כי לך נאה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו שיר ושפחה הלל וזמרה עוז וממשלה נצח גדולה וגבורה תהילה ותפארת קדושה ומלכות ברכות והודות מעתה ועד עולם ברוך אתה אדוני
ברוך שמו.
אל מלך גדול בתשבחות אל ההודעות אדון הנפלאות הבוחר בשירי זמרה מלך אלכי העולמים.
Chatzi Kaddish 2:20.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה יעמד יברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי לכל בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויפר ויתרומם ויתנשא יתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמר קודשה ורוחו לעילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה תשבחתה ונחמתה תאמירם בימיו ואמרו אמן.
Let's all rise, the call to prayer 2:24.
ברכו את אדוני הברך
Baruch Adonai Mevorach Leolam Vaed.
ברוך אדוני הברך לעולם ועד. לילה 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 Adonai Eloheinu
alphabetical acrostic in this Kabbalistic piece, page 228.
El Adonai kol ma'asim maroch u'barah befi kol neshama godlo v'tuvo maleh olam da'at utfonas sovev imoto המקרא אחיות הקודש נדר בכבוד על המרכבה זכות ומישור לפני כיסאו חסד ורחמים לפני כבודו טובים מאורות שברא אלוהינו צרה ודעת בבינה ופשכל כוח וגבורה נתן בהם להיות מושלים בקרת הבל מלאים זיוון פיקים נוגה נעזיבם בכל העולם שמחים בצאתם וששים בבואם עושים באימה רצון קונם ובכוונונים לשמור צהלה ורינה לזכר מלכותו קרא לשמש ויזרח אור ראה והתקין סעודת הלבנה שבח נונים לו כל צבא מרום תפארת וגדולה seraphim ve'ofanim v'chayot HaKodesh.
Top of page 231. Praise be God who concluded the work of creation on the seventh day and ascended the divine throne of glory and invested the day of rest with beauty, calling Shabbat an oneg, a delight. This is the distinction of the seventh day. On this day God ceased the labor of creation.
תתברך משיענו אשר במעשה ידיך והמאורי אור שעשית יתארו חסלה.
234. תתברך צורנו.
תתברך צורנו מלכנו וגואלנו ברי קדושים ישתבח שמך למלכנו. וכולם פותחים את פיהם בקדושה ובטהרה, בשירה ובזמרה, ומברכים ומשבחים ומפארים ומעריצים, ומקדישים וממליכים את שם האל המלך, הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, קדוש הוא. וכולם מקבלים עליכם ומלכות שמיים זה מזה ונותנים לשיר זה לזה להקדיש את עצמם בנחת רוח בשפה ברורה ובנימה קדושה כולם כאחד עונים אומרים ביראה קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות ולא כל הארץ כבודו והאופנים וחיות הקודש ברעש גדול מנשאים לעומת שרפים לעומתם שבחים ואומרים ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו.
Let's continue on page 236 in the middle of the page. The champion of all just struggles will join together antiphonally. If those sitting on the north side of the sanctuary would begin with me, and those sitting on the south side with a cantor would respond in the next couplet. God's creative power is in all that is new. Come on, guys. Come on, come on, come on. You're with me. I'm with you. Let's try it again. Okay, round two. God's creative power is in all that is new and worthy. God is with us when we struggle to make a better world.
When we struggle to promote justice for all, the God of justice strengthens our resolve.
When we struggle to advance the triumph of truth, the God of truth fortifies our will.
When we struggle to promote the cause of freedom, the God of freedom sustains our striving.
When we struggle to create a world at peace, the God of peace blesses our labors.
God is the champion of all just struggles, summoning us in love to enhance creation.
May new light soon shine upon Zion, and may we be worthy to delight in its splendor.
Or Chadash, Shatzion Tahir, Or Chadash, Shatzion Tahir, Or Chadash, Shatzion Tahir, Or Chadash, Shatzion Tahir, Veniske Fulano Behera Leoro, Veniske Fulano Behera Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer HaMeorot.
Let's join together on page 238, singing of the love of God in Israel through the gift of Torah, Ahava Rabbah.
Ahava Rabbah Tanu, Adonai Eloheinu, Hem Lagedola Vitera, Chamalta Aleinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Ba'abur Avotenu, Shabbat Kubecha, Avinu Malkeinu, Vahat Lamdem Chukechayim, Ken Techonenu Ut Lamdenu, Avinu Ha'av Harochaman, Amrachem Rachem Aleinu, ותמפל ליבנו להבין ולהשכיל לשמוע, ללמוד ולמד, לשמור ולעשות, ולקיים מכל דברי תלמוד תורתך ואהבה.
Randy and Rosie, if you'll bring the talitot to your daughters, who this day each becomes a bat mitzvah. I'm going to ask you to put the first talit on Reese, wrapping her in the teachings, the ideals, the traditions, the mitzvot, the commandments of our people Israel. And Reese, if you recite the bracha blessing for wearing the talit.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu lehi atef bat tzitzit.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, Rylee, if you'll join the crowd on the bima. Mom and Dad, if you'll place the second talit on Rylee. As Rylee joins the generations of our people Israel, taking on responsibility of Jewish life, and does just that on this day of becoming a bat mitzvah. Rylee?
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehi atef bat tzitzit.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
והאר עינינו בתורתך, ודבק ליבנו במצוותיך, ויחל לבבינו ליחבה וליראה את שמך, ולא נבוש לעולם ועד, ולא נבוש יפשן קודשך הגדול והנורא בטחנו, נגילה ונשמחה ישועתך.
As we gather the four tzitzit of our talit, pray for the ingathering of our people from the four corners of the earth to the land, to the state of Israel. Vahavienu 2:40.
Vahavienu l'shalom
לארבע כנפות הארץ, ותוליכנו קוממיות לארצנו. יהיה פה ישועות אתה, ובנו בחרת מכל ולשון, וקרבתנו לשמך הגדול סלע. באמת להודות לך ולייחד לך באהבה. ברוך אתה אדוני הבוחר בעמו ישראל באהבה.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinetam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shitecha b'beitecha uvlechtecha b'derech uvshokbecha uvkumecha ukshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu latotafo b'neinecha uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'b'isharecha.
Beautiful. Let's continue Vayomer 246, 247.
ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם ויעשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם ונתנו על ציצית הכנף תתכלת והיה לכם לציצית. וראיתם אותו וזכרתם מכל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אותם ולא תתורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם מכל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם. Amen.
248.
לדור ודור הוא קיים ושמו קיים וחיסון אחון ומלכותו ואמונתו לעד קיימת. אמת שאתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, מלכנו מלך אבותינו, גואלנו גואל אבותינו, יוצרנו צור ישועתנו, פודנו ומצילנו, לעולם שמך אין אלוהים זולתך.
Top of page 250.
עזרת אבותינו אתה הוא מעולם. ואשר איש אישה שישמע את מותיך ותתך צורך ישימה ליבם.
אמת אתה ולשומתה. ממצרים גאלתנו ונאמנו מבית עבדים בביתנו. רם וניסה, גדול ונורא, משפיל ומגביע שבבים. מוציא עשינו, כבוד הענבים, עוזרת עלים, Top of page 252.
Teilal elyon baruch hu morach Moshe ubnei Yisrael echanu shira Besimcha rabba ve'amru chulam Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi chamocha nedar b'hakodesh Orat tehilot Sefel, oh Sefel, Nora tehilot, oh Sefel, oh Sefel. Shir chatasha, shir chugeolim, neshimacha sifat hayam, yacha hakolam, otu vehimnichu yamru. Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. Tzor Yisrael, koma be'ezrat Yisrael. Hoftech namecha, Yehuda ve'Yisrael. Go aleinu, Adonai tzevaot shemo. Kadosh Yisrael, Baruch Ata Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael.
Let's begin the morning Amidah, the Shacharit Amidah for Shabbat, 255.
Baruch Ata Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el, Hagadol, Hagibor, Ve'hanodra, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Ve'koneh Hakol, Ve'zocher Chasdei Avot, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם מחכה חיים בחסד מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים צומח נוכלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו בשני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך מלך מנהיג ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה לאחיות מתים ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים
Kedusha 256.
נקדש השמך בעולם כשם שמקדישים אותו משמי מרום ככתוב על יד נביאך לכרז זה ואמר קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות מלוא כל הארץ כבודו אז min kol minaseim le'om aterafim le'om atam Baruch Yomeru Baruch Kevod Adonai Mimkomcha Malkeinu Tofia V'timloch Aleinu Ki mechakim anachnu lach Matai Timloch B'Tzion B'karov b'yameinu le'olam v'ad tishkon B'karov b'yameinu le'olam v'ad tishkon Titgadal v'titgadash b'toch Yerushalayim ircha לדור ודור נצחים בינינו תירנה מלכותך כדבר עוד בשיריותך על ידי דוד משיח צדקך ימלוך אדוני לעולם אל הר ציון לדור ודור הללויה לדור ודור נגיגו לך לדור ודור נגיגו לך ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש בשבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם בוער כי המלך גדול וקדוש גדול וקדוש אתה ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Take a few moments now for individual personal prayer. We can continue in the morning Amidah 258, 259 through the conclusion through pages 266, 267. Yismach Moshe Adonai.
Oseh shalom b'mrama, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'akol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mrama, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'akol Yisrael ve'imru amen.
Kaddish Shalem 268.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ויאמר תברך חידותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון, ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך, ויעלם עולמי המעיין. יתברך וישתבח ויפאר ויתרומם וינשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלש מלקודשה בריחו. ואלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תשבחתה ונחמתה, תאמירן מימיו ויאמרו אמן. תתקבל צלון הון ובאות חון לכל ישראל, קודם ובהוני וישמעיה ויאמרו אמן. ישלמה רבה מן שמעיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו amen.
Going to ask us to all pay especially close and careful attention now to Reese as she shares with us her Devar Torah, her understanding and connection to this morning's Torah reading. Reese?
My Torah portion, Chayei, Sarah, comes from the book Genesis in the Torah. The story is about the servant Eliezer who asked to find a wife for Isaac. Eliezer finds a woman named Rebecca who is going to be Isaac's wife. Rebecca shows kindness when she offers Eliezer water to his camels. She also invites this unknown person to her home without even knowing about it. She did an act of kindness which goes along with this whole Torah portion. This relates to my life because I treat people with kindness. There are many ways to be kind, but these are some acts of kindness that I show. Opening the door for someone, asking a friend or family member if they are okay because they look upset, or telling someone that I like their outfit. Sometimes I show kindness without even knowing it, and I know it helps people. You don't even need to think about being kind. It should just be easy. COVID-19 impacted many of our lives, and we are recovering slowly. If people would show kindness to others and just be nice to other people, then life would be a better place. My Torah portion connects to my mitzvah project because I'm collecting food for our school's farmer market. This goes to families in my local community that need some extra help affording food. So they come on Wednesdays and get food to feed their families. I picked this to do because it helps my school and people in need. Helping others changes the world because it lights up people's days and makes them happy.
Mr. Koach, Reese. Hey, Reese, how's my outfit? Huh? So it's good? Yeah? It's okay? You know, when you got a fish for a compliment. Beautiful, sweetie. Well done. Well done. Okay, ladies, we're ready for the Torah Service. 312.
Ein kamocha va'Elohim Adonai ואין כמעשיך, מלכותך מלכות כל העולמים, וממשלתך בכל דור ודור. אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני עוז למו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. אב הרמים היטיבה ברצונך את ציון, תבנה חומו ירושלים, תבנה חומו ירושלים. כי בך לבד בטחנו, מלך אלרם ונישא, אדון עולמים.
Rosie and Reagan, if you'll join us on the bima.
ויהי בנסוע הארון, ויאמר משה,
קומה אדוני, ויבוצו אויביך, וינוסו משנאיך מפניך. כי מציון תצא תורה, כי מציון תצא תורה, ודבר אדוני מירושלים. ברוך שנתן תורה תורה, ברוך שנתן תורה תורה, לעמו ישראל וקדושתו.
Dear God, I am so very thankful for you giving me the life that I have, and that I'm here today on the bima being bat mitzvah. Thank you so much for the family and friends you've blessed me with. Even though some of them couldn't make it here today, I know they're watching down and very proud. In the future, I hope to get married to a Jewish man and have children and have them bar bat mitzvah in this synagogue and grow up here just like I did. I will continue on celebrating Jewish holidays and make new traditions with my family. I will continue to fast on Yom Kippur like I have for a few years now. I will celebrate Rosh Hashanah with my extended family, and I will keep the traditions of my family's Passover alive. Please continue to bless me with this wonderful life that you've allowed me to live. Amen.
Amen.
Kadisha Yakira, Ana Emar Tushvechan, Be'anarachet, Be'anarachet, Velishme Kadisha, Kadisha Yakira, Ana Emar Tushvechan, Yehera Avakodamach, Detiftach Libi Beoraita, Vetashlim Mishalim Delibi, Velibadechol Amach Yisrael, Vetabul Chaim, Velishlam. Amen.
Page 320.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu.
Gadlu Adonai Iti, Unromama Shemo Yada.
Bring forward down, Moses.
Ola v'hagevora v'hatiferet v'hanetzach v'hahod ki ho b'shamayim u'ba'aretz ki ho b'shamayim u'ba'aretz lecha Adonai hamamlacha v'haminaseh lecho rosh Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Vehishachavu Lahadom Raglav Kadoshu Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Vehishachavu Lehar Kodsho Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu.
All be seated. Let me invite you to turn to the larger text that's at your seat, where we'll be able to follow the reading of the Torah this morning. As Reese already mentioned, the name of our parasha is Chayei Sarah. So I just want to take a moment to look at the opening verse of today's Torah portion, because the language is quite unusual. So even look at it in the English translation. Sarah's lifetime. In Hebrew, the words translate literally are, and these were the years of Sarah. Okay, but now the important part is, came to 100. Actually, you know what? You don't quite get it in the English. They cleaned it up in the English, so let's go straight from the Hebrew. Vayihiyu Chayei Sarah. And these were the years, this was the life of Sarah. 100 shana, 100 years. Ve'esrim shana, and 20 years. Ve'sheva shanim, and 7 years. Shnei Chayei Sarah, the years of the life of Sarah. So the rabbis asked the question, why is it stated in such a natural way, an odd way? Who says, if you're 85, 80 years and 5 years? Okay, if you're 5, you might say, I'm 5 and a half, right? When you're little, you like to get every little ounce in that you can get. But this language is somewhat odd. So the rabbis asked the question, why does it say it the way it does? 100 years and 20 years and 7 years. So they give an answer like this. This is every person's dream. I guess that when she was 100 years old, she was still as beautiful as she was at 20. And this is before the time of cosmetic surgery. She didn't do anything, right? Except remain as beautiful as she was. So if we had the time, which we don't, We could have a whole discussion on what does it mean? What did the rabbis mean? Did they mean it literally, physically? Did they mean it in a more spiritual way? Maybe it was meant physically. Maybe this was one of the great things, the miracles of Sarah's life. Who knows? So when she was 100, she still looked like she was 20. And then it says, and 7 years. What does that mean? So I'm going to translate this from the rabbis very, very liberally. And it's going to be that she never lost that 7-year-old child within her. Right? Do you have any of the child that you once were in you today? Paula, you're saying no. No, Paula. Well, I don't know. I think you probably do. With all that you've been through and how they tried to destroy that child during the Holocaust, I don't know. I think that you got a spunk in you, Paula, that I think that little 7-year-old is still part of you, right? But you're not 100 yet, so got to give you a little time. Okay, close. Well, listen, Paula, of all of us sitting here today, you got the best chance of making it to 100. You realize that? Yeah. Except these 2 girls are going to live to be 150 because what medicine's going to learn during the course of their lifetimes, they're going to kind of like go on forever. How's that sound, Rylee? Forever and ever. Okay, so listen, whatever age you are, you all look beautiful to me today, so, yeah. And try to hold on a little bit to that child within you. You should all do that. They've done studies that a child, on average, laughs over 200 times a day. Yeah. Reagan, how many times a day? You're not really a child anymore. I mean, you're already, you're not an adult, but you're on your way, Reagan. But how many times a day would you say you laugh? A lot and often. Yeah. And we adults, how many times a day do we laugh? What do you say, Randy? 1 time. Is that? I can't hear what you're saying, but that thing on.
I got at least 4 or 5.
Really? Okay, 4 or 5.
Well, they all walk in the house, I guess.
It's not over 200, but it's 4 or 5, right?
I'm sure.
How about while the Eagles game is on, Randy? You laugh at all?
You have all day.
They lose tomorrow. We're going to say Kaddish. Yeah, right. Okay. Well, talking about happiness, shouldn't mention the Eagles at the same time. Not this year. Okay. So with all of that, we're ready to turn to the Torah reading, page 127. Let me announce the names of those who have honors to the Torah this morning. And folks, when you're called up, we're going to ask you just to come up to where this microphone is here, and so we can keep a social distance. Let me just make sure the microphone is on, so we'll be able to hear you, and the people watching on live stream can hear you. So, Randy and Rose, you have the honor of the first Aliyah, Mom and Dad, Mom Ronnie, and Pop and Mom Mark and Judy have the honor of the second Aliyah, sharing that together. And then I think just about everybody else is coming up for the third Aliyah. I have all the aunts and uncles. Can you guys just raise your hand so I'll know who to expect? Okay, so I got, wait till your name is called. I want to see who you are. Lisa. Okay. Tammy. Yeah, right. Evan. Okay. Jamie. Okay, Jamie. Frank. I know Frank. Yeah, okay, Frank. And Moshe David. Okay, great. And whoever else wants to come up, just come up. It's like an open call. Okay, so let's begin the reading of the Torah now. Once again, page 127. Chayei Sarah.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'na'atam lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Notin HaTorah.
Amen. Vayihu Chayei Sarah 100 שנה ו20 שנה ו7 שנים שני חיי שרה ותמת שרה בכרית 4 היא חברון בארץ כנען ויעבור אברהם לספול לשרה ולבכותה ויקום אברהם מעל פני ביתו וידבר בני חטא לאמור גר ותושב אנוכי עמכם תנו לי אחוזות קבר עמכם ואקברה מתי מלפני ויענו בני חטא את אברהם לאמור
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tokeinu. Baruch Atah Adonai Notin HaTorah.
Amen.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Atah Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'chatanu mikol ha'amim v'natanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Vayanu b'nei chet et Abraham lemor lo. Shemeinu Adoni Nasi Elohim Ata b'tochenu v'mivchar b'kirenu kavur et mitecha איש ממנו את קרבו, לא יחלה ממך, מקבר מתך. ויקום אברהם.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan Torah emet v'chayei Eloheinu Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
So there's a kiss of the line. Yeah, the very top pages. Okay. We're going to offer now a prayer for healing and well-being. You'll notice that I'll pause within the prayer, at which time for all of us who pray for someone or someones for their healing, we can offer individually, quietly, the names of our loved ones. I want to just make a note to our congregants. I hope you'll be warmed to hear this. I spoke to Cantor Paul yesterday. He's in the hospital for a first round of a new kind of chemotherapy, but he sounded better than he sounded in a few weeks. So I was encouraged by that, and hopefully this chemo will help to bring him back to us. Yeah. מי שברך אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, שרה רבקה, רחל ולאה, הוא יברך וירפא את כל החולים הקרובים לנו אנחנו מתפללים שהקדוש ברוך הוא ימלא רחמים עליהם להחלימם ולרפאותם וישלח להם במהרה רפואת הנפש ורפואת הגוף לכל איבריהם וגידיהם בתוך שאר חולי ישראל. שבתי מלזעוק רפואה קרובה לבוא, השתה הגלה בזמן קריב, ונאמר אמן. מי שדרך אבותינו,
מקור הברכה
אבותינו, the source of strength, who bless the ones before us.
help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen.
V'sheberach imoteinu,
מקור הברכה
avotenu,
let those in
need of healing with refuah shlema,
the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Third Aliyah, aunts and uncles.
Ephraim Mordechai ben Avram Yerushalayim, Moshe David ben Ner uMiriam, Shlishi.
Okay, this is like the Mormon Tabernacle choir over here. It's all yours, folks. Take it over.
אשר נפלנו מכל העמים ונתנו את תורתו ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן. וידבר איתם לאמור אם יש את נפשכם לקבור את מתים מלפני שמעוני ופגעו לי בעפרון בן סוחר ויתן לי את מערת המכפלה אשר לו, אשר בקצה שדהו, בכסף מלא יתננה לי, בתוככם לאחוזת קבר, ועפרון יושב בתוך בני חית ויען, עפרון החיתי, את אברהם באוזני בני חית, לכל באי שערירו לאמור, לא אדוני, שמעני, השדה נתתי לך, והמערה אשר בו לך נתתיה, לעיני בני עמי, נתית לך כבור מתך.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורה אמת, וחיי עולם נתן בתוכנו, ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. Okay, guys, mission accomplished. So, you know what? Why don't you... So we have a tradition in our synagogue that when the kids are in the Aleph class, that the family makes what is known as a wimple or a Torah cover that's going to be used on the day of their bar or bat mitzvah, or the not mitzvah in this case. So you made not one but two, Rosie, and the third one also. So if you can just see our bat mitzvah's name in Hebrew and in English, and it's according to her Hebrew name that her sister Reagan is now going to call her to the Torah as a bat mitzvah.
Ta'amod, ta'amod, ta'amod habahura habat mitzvah, zeralela bat yitav v'hayarizo, maftira he's key.
In the red books, you can find the reading for Reese on page 141, verse 12.
Baruch Adonai Hamvara. Baruch Adonai Hamvara Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bahar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Ve'ele Todot Yishmael ben Avraham Asher Yalda Hagar Hamitrit Shifat Sarah le'Avraham Ve'ele Shemot b'nei Yishmael Yishmotam le'todotam Behor Yishmael Nevayo Ve'Kadar Ve'ad Be'el Umasa Umishma Veduma Umasa Hadahad Hatema Yetor Nafish Vekedma. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu et Torato v'chayei olam natohenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Before you go, I have an opportunity to bless Reese. For both of these girls, it's been quite an honor. We've had a lot of good times over the last 10 months, and I'm just pleased to be here to give you a blessing. You may recognize this one. May God bless you and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others and let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars and climb on every rung. May you stay forever young. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth and see the light surrounding you. May you always be courageous. May you stand upright and be strong. May you stay forever young. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of changes shift. May your heart always be joyful, and may your song always be sung. May you stay forever young.
Thank you.
Okay, Reagan.
Fran, Hatzikah.
Yikada, Yikada, Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Yirach Yerutei, Yemlech Mahutei.
V'chayechon uvyom echad, u'chayedecha Beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, uvizman kariv. Amen. Yeheshmei Rabbah nevarach, le'olam u'al le'yomayah.
Yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitba'ar, v'yitramam, v'yitnosei, v'yitadar, v'yitalei, v'yitalal, shemei d'kudusha
Berecho.
Le'ela min kol birchata v'shihi rahata.
Tushvechata v'nechemata, tamid al-yama.
Primeru.
Amen.
Second Torah cover on the Torah with Reese's name in English and Hebrew, and the Chamsa in the center, backed by popular demand. Reagan?
Ta'amod, ta'amod, ta'amod haba hura haba mitzvah, hana shulamit, ba'ita v'hayarizo, maftira, he's key.
Hey guys.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hambarah.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarah le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Elechem b'nei Ishmael ve'leshemotam v'chatreihem uvtirotam shnei masor nasi'im le'umotam ve'ele shnei haya Ishmael me'ah shana U'shloshin shana v'shiva shani vayigva vayama vayasef el amav vayishkanu mechavila achur asher al pnei Mitzrayim ve'lecha ashura al pnei chol echav nafal. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. Not only do I get to do it once, I get to do it twice. It's a blessing for me. May you live to see your world fulfilled. May you be our link to future worlds. And may your hope encompass all the generations to be. May your heart conceive with understanding. May your mouth speak wisdom, and your tongue be stirred with sounds of joy. May your gaze be straight and sure, your eyes be lit with Torah's lamp, your face aglow with heaven's radiance, your lips alive with words of wisdom, and your inner self alive with righteousness. And may you always rush in eagerness to hear the words of one, more richer than all time. And let us say, Amen.
Let's all rise as the Torah is about to be lifted.
Torah asher sam Moshe libnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe Ashlosha devarim Ashlosha devarim Shlosha devarim ha'olam Omer Ashlosha devarim Ashlosha devarim Ashlosha devarim ha'olam Omer HaTorah v'Ha'avodah v'Gemilut Hasadim HaTorah v'Ha'avodah v'Gemilut Hasadim.
So after the reading of the Torah, we always have a portion that comes from the second part of the Hebrew Bible, that's the prophets. And so our portion today comes from the very beginning of the first book of Kings. We can find it on page 143. There's always a connection between the Torah and the Haftarah Jan mentioned earlier, a really great connection between the two. But another connection is found in the very first verse. In the Torah portion today it said, Va'avraham Zaken, and Abraham was old, Ba Bayamim, Varonai Beirach et Avraham Bapol, and God blessed Abraham with everything. And here you can see that the very first verse, V'hamelech David Zaken, and now King David is old, Ba Bayamim, Vayechasuhu Ba Begadim, V'lo Yicham Lo. So this would remind somebody of the Torah reading this morning. We're getting close to the end of King David's life and in the Torah portion of Abraham's life. So we can find it once again on page 143. Our Benot Mitzvah will begin with the blessing before the Haftarah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar bin ve'im tovim v'ratza v'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet Baruch atah Adonai Chaboher b'Torah u'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo u'vinviei ha'emet v'tzedek v'chamelech David zaken bayamim v'chasuhu b'bgadim v'lo yicham lam v'omru l'avadav v'vachshu l'adoni chamelech na'ara v'tula v'amda lifnei chamelech utilo sochenet v'shachva v'chekehecha cham l'adoni chamelech v'vachshu na'ara yefa v'chol givul Yisrael v'im tzechu et Avishach ha-shunamit ve'echavo oto chamelech ve'hana'ara yefa ad me'od ve'teche chamelech zochenet v'tzartechu ve'chamelech lo yida'ah ve'adoniah ve'chagita mitnase lemor amlo ani amlo ve'sharlu chev ufarashim ve'chamishamim ishratzim lifanav ve'lo atzavo eviv me'amav lemor madua kacha asita ve'amchu tov toar me'od ve'tula yada acharei Avshalom ve'yechu devarav im Yoav ben Suroya ve'im etar chakochen ya'azru acharei Adoniah.
V'tzaduk hakohen uvnayahu ben higabarim ve'atan hanavid v'shev ve'rei hagibarim asher lo hahu imadoniyahu vayisba adoniyahu son uvakar uvrim im even hazohelep asher etzel ein rogel ve'yekur ekol ehav b'nei hamelech ahol adshe Yehuda avdei hamelech v'etnatan hanavid uvnayahu ben hagibarim v'et shlomo ahiv lo karai v'amar Vayomer Natan, El Bat Sheva, El Shamo, Lemur, Halo, Shema'a, Ki Malak, Adoniyahu, Ben Hagi, Va'adonenu, David, Lo Yadad, Ve'ele, Todo, He Tzechna, Sa, Et Sachna, Yeshev Nefesh, Ativ Adoniyahu, Hamelech Nishama'a, La Amaha, La Lemur, Kishalmo, Venek, Yimlok, Ahare, Vaha, Yeshev, Al Kisi, Amadua, Malak, Adoniyahu, Hine, Avdak, Maduberek Sham, Em Hamelech, Amadun, Vadum, Ahare, Melti, Devarai, Votov, Viet Shalom, Al Harahad, Vehamelech, Achev, Me'od, Yashav, Ashu, Hahiv, Vishara, Viet Hamelech,
Baruch Atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Zor kol ha'olamim, Tzadik b'chol hadorot, Ha'el ha'ne'eman, Ha'omer ve'oseh, Hamdaber u'mkayem, Shekol devarav, Emet v'tzedek.
Yasher Koach, ladies. We're going to be concluding a month on the Hebrew calendar this week, actually, on the secular calendar as well, and beginning a new month on the Hebrew calendar. On the Hebrew calendar, the new month is going to contain the Holiday of Chanukah. So, Randy, if we can invite you to the Bima to hold the Torah. We're going to all rise. And we'll turn page 334, the Rosh Chodesh Benchen, the prayer for the new month, Birkat HaChodesh.
Yehi ratzon milfanecha, Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei avoteinu, Sher chadesh aleinu את החודש הזה לטובה ולברכה, ותיתן לנו חיים ארוכים, חיים של שלום, חיים של טובה, חיים של ברכה, חיים של פרנסה, חיים של חילוץ עצמות, חיים שיש בהם יראת שמיים ויראת חטא, חיים שאין בהם בושה וכלימה, חיים של אושר וכבוד, חיים שתהי בנו אהבת תורה ויראת שמיים, חיים שימלאו משאלות ליבנו לטובה, אמן סלע. מי שעשה ניסים לאבותינו וגאל אותם מעבדות לחירות, ויגאל אותנו בקרוב וקיבץ צמחנו מארבע כנפות הארץ, חברים כל ישראל ונאמר אמן. ראש חודש כסלו יום רביעי הבא עלינו ועל כל ישראל לטובה. יחדשהו לקדוש ברוך הוא עלינו ועל כל עמו בית ישראל לחיים ושלום, לששון ולשמחה, לישועה ולנחמה, ונאמר amen.
The new month of Kislav, containing our wonderful holiday of Chanukah, will begin on the 6th day of this coming week, Thursday night and Friday. May it be a month of goodness for us and for all Israel. In the new month, may the Holy One, praise be God, bless us and the household of Israel with life and peace, joy and gladness, deliverance and comfort. And let us say,
Amen.
Amen. Rosie and Reagan, if you'll join us on the BMitzvah, we'll turn now to the service for returning the Torah to the Aron Kodesh. Bottom of page 340.
Yehalelu et Shin Adonai, Kini Stav Shemo Levado.
Odo al eretz v'shamayim, vayarem keren le'amo, teila lechol chasitav, livnei Yisrael al kerubo. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Joyce, come over. Your personal prayer.
I would like to express my gratitude to my family and friends who support me through the good times and the bad. This past year has been really tough for my family. I'm thankful that I have a safe and loving home and able to attend school and have parents who care and love about me. I'm also really grateful that my school is allowing me to collect food for the families that need a little bit more help getting food. This makes me happy knowing that I'm doing something nice for others. Kindness is easy to show all the time, but sometimes people are not nice and bully people. I'm looking forward to continuing my Jewish education as we end this specific chapter, since I've been at OHEV since I was 2. I will continue to fast during Yom Kippur and lead the prayers during Hanukkah. I hope to marry a Jewish man under the chuppah and share Jewish traditions with my family. 2 years from now, in September, I will watch my little sister Regan get BMitzvah. I'm really glad that I'm a part of the Jewish community and can't wait for my future to come. Amen.
Amen.
Rylee and Reese, this is our prayer and blessing for you. May you always love what you do, believe in the power of your potential, and remain considerate and loving to others. May you always follow the path of goodness, and may you meet many along the way who will appreciate you as much as we do. Never be afraid to make a mistake. This is how we learn. Remember that it's okay to not always know the answer and to just ask. Let those who love you help you along life's journey, and may you be privileged to do the same for others. May you always be empathetic towards all and appreciative of what you have. You will encounter many obstacles throughout your lives, and our wish is that you continue to meet life's challenges head on with strength, pride, and confidence. Rylee and Reese, twins whom are different in so many ways, too many to share, yet similar where it counts, in knowing that family and our love for one another is most important above all else. Today, you both spoke beautifully about the tenet of kindness in your Divrei Torah. Our hope for you is that you will always remember the lesson from today's Torah portion and what we always talk about at home, to show kindness to all, even in the most difficult situations. Rylee, may you continue to be blessed with empathy towards others, confidence in all you do, and your ability to brighten up the room with your loud personality. Reese, may you continue to be blessed with your fierce determination, selflessness towards others, and your quirky sense of humor that brings a smile to all. You have taught us to be more loving, more patient, and more understanding. On this day, along with every other day, we feel truly blessed to be your parents, and we are grateful for all that we have and will continue to learn from both of you. Rylee and Reese, we are extremely proud of you and the women you are becoming, like the matriarchs Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, who came before you as role models. We love you both so much. Amen.
Amen. Lama chaziki ba v'tomchecha me'usha terachecha darchei noam v'chol netivotecha shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Kadesh Kadesh Yameinu Kadesh Yameinu Kekedem.
Well, let's all take our seats. Once again, I'm going to ask you all to pay especially close and careful attention as now Rylee shares her Devar Torah.
My Torah portion, Chayei, Sarah, comes from the book of Genesis in the Torah. Isaac recently lost his mother, so life wasn't the best. Abraham decided it was time to find Isaac a wife. So he sent his servant Eliezer with many gifts to find Isaac a wife. Eliezer asks God for a sign. So he goes to a well to get water, and he had a little test. Whoever would offer water not only to Eliezer, but to give his camels water. Not only did Rebekah give water to Eliezer and the camels, she invited them to go back to her home. Rebekah agreed to marry Isaac and knew he was going through a difficult time. She showed him empathy, which helped him. I can relate to my Torah portion because Isaac lost his mom, and I have recently lost my grandfather. So I have a lot of empathy for Isaac because I understand how he must have felt. Rebekah was very kind and empathetic to Isaac, which made him feel comforted when he was with her. I can relate to that because my family was very supportive and comforting to me. It is very important to show empathy because it is important to someone to just know that someone is there for you when times are hard. When choosing our BMitzvah project, Reese and I thought how we could show kindness and empathy. We wanted to help local families who are in need, so we got involved in our school's food pantry. Our school collects food and money for families and it has a farmer's market every week for anyone in the community who needs support. By volunteering, even though I may not know exactly what the families are feeling or going through, I do know what it is to go through a hard time. In the past 1.5 years, it hasn't been easy with COVID-19 and the loss of my grandfather. So if I help others in their time of need, like others helped me, then I'll feel good about it.
Great. Reese, sweetie, could I ask you to pull up a piece of the bench next to your sister? You know what, Rylee, pick up that stuff that's on it. Yeah, prayer book and the other stuff, the orange and the green. And Reese, can you go over and sit next to your sister? Maybe move over a little bit, Rylee. Just what I was going to say. It's great, great. So, ladies, I know you're very religious there, Reese, but you can close the prayer book now. So, after the service last night, right after the Friday night service, your pop-up came over to me, who I know for a long time, right? Mark and I and Judy graduated high school the same year. And I mentioned last night that your pop-up and I were in a class together. So he came over to me after the service. Actually, your mom did also afterwards. And he said to me, 3-3 and 3-10. Okay, 3-3 and 3-10. What's that mean? So then he goes on to say that when the two of you were born, one of you was 3 pounds, 3 ounces, and the other one was 3 pounds, 10 ounces. So the reason why I mentioned that today is because, you know, for those who are here and just kind of like seeing you today, they say, wow, look at these two beautiful young ladies becoming bat mitzvah each, you know, how beautiful, how wonderful. And that's all true. But you know, those who really know your story, that you were 3-3 and 3-10, and I understand, Rylee, that you kind of like stuck your arm out first and started waving at everybody. And the doctor and nurses who were there still swear that they heard you say, "Let me out, let me out." Yeah, not exactly, but something like that. Yeah, pretty close. And then your mom said to me, Judy, you came over and you said that when they were born, that the nurse said something, you know, like Reese is, you know, sweet and da-da-da, look at her, you know, but she said Rylee is feisty. So would you say you're feisty, Rylee? No, she was a prophet, actually. She was a nurse, but she was also a prophet. She knew, here you are, you know, you say what's on your mind, and, you know, You got a strong will. You know, that's pretty feisty to me. So, you know what, Rylee? I was really happy the other night when I was sitting with you and your sister and mom and dad, and we were all talking about you in particular. And they said that every night you were studying for today, like without fail, every day, every night, and that you are proud to be Jewish. You know, I don't hear that every bar and bat mitzvah, but you just show something in particular that you're proud to be Jewish. I'd like to believe that we had a small part of that since you and your sister started here when you were but 18 months old. A little bit more than 3'3" and 3'10" at that time, but we've had such a great joy in watching both of you grow up. I asked the two of you to write a autobiography for me, and you did. I'm astounded by one sentence at the end of your autobiography, Rylee. Actually, two sentences. I would love to go to college. I'm not sure where yet, but I want to go to business school and dental school. Why not? Do it all, you know? So I can own my own orthodontics practice one day. That's a worthy career, but not every 13-year-old is dreaming about becoming an orthodontist. What is it about the orthodontist that's so cool?
I don't know. When I was little, I wanted to be a dentist.
You wanted to be a dentist, right? Okay, so that's how, I'm just repeating because people that are with us on live stream and Zoom can't necessarily, I should have given you a microphone, but okay. So when you were little, you wanted to be a dentist. Then you graduated to wanting to become, go on.
Because my dentist told me that orthodontists do the least work for me.
So let me translate this into English. But orthodontists do the least work and make the most money. And you said to yourself, that's for me. But boy, are you going to have to work hard before that comes, you know? Getting a business degree, dental degree, going on another few years to become an orthodontist, but then it's smooth sailing after that. Smooth sailing. So, you know, I had an orthodontist who really worked very hard. He tortured me. He tortured me. And when are you going to get braces off, guys? The end of 7th grade. Well, boy, I only wish. I got my braces off about a month before I left for college. Yeah, it was murder, right? So anyhow, so great. So you'll have plenty of time to dedicate to synagogue life, to the Jewish community, and all kinds of wonderful things. So then, Reese, we started talking about you a little bit, and by the way, one thing I left out, that Reagan, you had something to say about Rylee. You said that she's pretty inside and out, right? You said she's pretty inside and out, and I thought that was especially sweet. For you, Reese, you know, you're creative, you're artistic, you're persistent, you want to do something, you really do it. But the thing that I love most about you is that you are, Reese, a laughter influencer. Reese has the best laugh. The best laugh. So, can somebody do something really funny and make her laugh, and then we'll all laugh after you laugh? No, it doesn't just happen like that. But I was talking about laughter before, and you see the joy and the happiness and the funniness in life. Yeah. And you're just fun to be around. You know, everybody who knows you knows that you are just, Reese, fun to be around. And that's pretty much... Oh, wait a second. Reagan, you had something to say about your sister Reese also. Let's see what I wrote down. You said she's pretty inside and out. You know, Reagan, when you got a good line, you just stick with it, you know? Reagan, pretty inside and out. I'd say that describes both of you pretty well. Pretty inside and out. Guys, each of you have your own bag. There's one for Rylee and one for Reese, but they pretty much have the same thing inside, but we wanted you each to have your own. It contains the modern translation of the Torah, the Mitzvah Torah, 5 books of Moses, and then there are 2 gifts from Jerusalem, a place called Yad L'Kashish. You each now have your own Shabbat candlesticks, and your own Kiddush cup. How's that? Pretty cool. And you guys ever bake anything? Yeah? What do you bake? They bake, Rosie? Yeah, what kind of things?
We make cookies. They really love to make brownies.
Cookies, brownies.
And then they like to help when we make Aunt Sadie's pound cake. It's
Mm.
not my Aunt Sadie, it's my uncle's Aunt Sadie.
Wow. The pound cake is still alive. So anyhow, here's something else that you're going to bake, okay? This is Cantor Annalise's challah recipe. It gives you the ingredients, it gives you all of the procedure, and it ends with enjoy. So you each get your own. What do you think about trying baking a challah one Friday? That'll be interesting. If anything, like if it doesn't rise or something, just call the canner and she'll tell you what you need to do. Right? Okay. Okay, guys, we also have a certificate for each one of you, but we realized that we left it upstairs, so we promise we'll get it to you. Okay? Good? Okay. Great. Can I invite mom and dad, sister, grandparents to join us over here? Over here, right in front of the, yeah. Let's all join together in expressing our thanksgiving to God for bringing us to this wonderful day. Shechianu Baruch
Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shechianu v'kiyamanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh.
We praise you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, for keeping us in life and bringing us to this most special day of Reese and Rylee, each becoming a bat mitzvah. As we're about to invoke God's blessings on our benot mitzvah, we'll all rise.
Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May the Lord bless you and guard you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha.
May the Lord make his countenance to shine upon you and to be gracious always unto you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May God continue to watch over you, Reese, and you, Rylee, that you grow in health and strength with a love for yourselves, for your family, for your people Israel, for all peoples and all humanity. May God bless you each with a blessing of shalom, of peace. And we all say together, Amen.
Simen tavu, mazel tavu, mazel tav, simen tav, simen tavu, mazel tavu, mazel tav, simen tav, simen tavu, mazel tavu, mazel tav, simen tav. Yehlanu, 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 ucho Yisrael. Yehlanu, yehlanu, ucho Yisrael. Yehlanu, yehlanu, ucho Yisrael. Yehlanu, yehlanu, ucho Yisrael. Mazel tov, mazel tov.
Mazal Tov. Okay. We're going to turn to the concluding part of the service now, Ein Kelohenu 400. Can I invite Cousin Chase to join us on the bima? We'll be opening the Aron Kodesh for the Aleinu.
Ein Kelohenu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemalkeinu, Ein Kemoshienu, Mich Eloheinu, Mich Adonenu, Mich Emalkeinu, Mich Moshienu, Nodel Eloheinu, Nodel Adonenu, Nodel Emalkeinu, Nodel Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu, Atahu Shehiktiru Avotenu Lefanecha Eketoret Hasamim. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, תגור עלינו כהמונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומשה יקרו בשמיים עמה, ושכינות זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, ממלכנו אפס זולתו, גאוותו ותורתו, וידעת היום, והשבות לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עודנו.
You can all be seated.
ונאמר והיה
אדוני
למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד ושמו
We take this sacred moment on this wonderful day, but a day filled with joy and yet also containing sadness. Sadness, Ronnie, that your dear husband and Randy, your beloved father, is not with us. As the girls said before, that they feel his presence here today, and he was such a loving and joyful part of their lives growing up until just a matter of some months ago. So we take this moment to really feel his loving presence here with all of you, and we offer the prayer that, girls, your grandpa, that his memory will always be for a blessing. Call to mind those whose yurtzites have been observed during the course of this past week, but first Today, on the 24th day of Cheshvan, Ethel Schreidman, mother of Judy Friedman, Ben Matz, father of Carol Leibowitz, Elaine Marblestone, mother of Kenneth Marblestone, Rose Luber, mother of Harvey Luber, Morris Lieberman, grandfather of Susan Rosenthal, Henrietta Cooperstein, sister of Gail Wiener, and Eileen Eisenberg, wife of Howard Eisenberg. In Yortzites observed during the course of this past week, we recall the loving memories of Shirley Pivar, Norman Teller, Barry R. Stern, William Krevitz, Arthur Gendler, Marvin Davidson, Lee Weinberg, Lolly Steiner, Stanley Cogan, Sonny Goldstein, Ethel Falk, Elaine Snyder, Elizabeth Levy, Harry Surden, Frida Silverman, Reese Rosenfeld, Michael Todd Mazur, Avigdor Katz, Samuel Jarinkis, Ida Chasen, Mildred T. Burke, Hannah Steinman, Aaron Goldberg, Harriet Feinstein, Isaac Copper, and Max Gelb. And those whose families are yet within the year of mourning: Ethel Shulman, Gussie Chudnoff, Bennett Silver, Lou Chaifetz, Benjamin Hoffman, Harold Kurtz, David Aronson, Jeffrey Berlin, Mara Lipschitz, Mildred Klein, Hollis Cohen, Donald Golden, Michelle Fields, Joel David Kaplan, Sandy Goldstein, Charles Chuck Steinberg, Lily Zimmett, Robin Solis, Beryl Gottesman, and Larry David Wiener. May each of their memories continue to be cherished for a loving blessing. For those reciting Kaddish, Kadishatom, I'll invite you to rise. We're on page 410. Yitgadal v'yitkadash me'raba.
Amen.
V'olma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'bizman kari v'imru Amen.
Amen.
Yehei shmei rabba mevorach le'olam almei almaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekucha rechu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran bi'olma v'imru Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Amen. And so, Rosie and Randy, on behalf of our entire synagogue family, what a joy it is to extend our loving wishes of Mazal Tov. It's like we know each other forever. These two girls been here since 18 months, and wow, what a special, special joy for us it is to celebrate Reese and Rylee becoming Bat Mitzvah. Ronnie, Mazal Tov to you. Mark and Judy, Mazal Tov to... Can you guys believe that last year was our 50th anniversary of graduating high school? Huh? Yeah. You guys look great. Look at you. Look at these two. Nobody would ever guess 50 years. Huh? But wait, how many years are you married? Can you believe this? 50 years. Wow. I've told you before because we used to see each other all the time. Until all the kids grew up and grew out of preschool. But you two are very blessed. Well, 3 of you are very blessed. Yeah. Very, very, very blessed. And then we have Reagan Sweetie, I told you that they better be good to you because without you, they don't become bat mitzvah. You don't call them up to the Torah. Doesn't happen for them. So, Reagan, can I just invite everybody who's here today to come back on September 30th, 2023. What's special about that date, Reagan? Yeah. It's your bat mitzvah. Okay, we're getting ready. We're getting ready. So I think we're about ready to close. I can hear the church bells across the street ringing. That's our sign. It's time for the Adon Olam. 4:12.
Adon Olam Asher Malach V'Terakol Yatzei Nivra Le'ed Nasa B'Chatzokol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Be'acharei Yichlot HaKol Levado Yimloch Nora V'hu Aya V'hu Over V'hu Yeh B'Tifara V'hu Yeh B'Tifara V'hu Echad V'yein Sheni V'hav Shilo V'yachbira V'li Reishi V'li Tachlit V'lo ha'oz v'ha'misra V'lo ha'oz v'ha'misra V'hu Eli V'chai ko'ali V'tzor chavli V'yetzara V'hu nisi Umanos li Menat kosi V'yom ekra Menat kosi V'yom ekra Be'yato akid ruchi Be'yet tishan Ve'yayira Ve'im ruchi Ve'viyati Adonai li Ve'lo ira Adonai li Ve'lo ira.
Friends and family, great to be together today, but I'm especially happy to see a lineup of our bat and bar mitzvahs of the past few weeks. So, Maya and Sophia and Kurt, guys, just wave your hands. These are classmates in Hebrew school of the girls. Okay, let's all rise for Kiddush. Reagan, are you supposed to be doing hand motions? So, the hand dance, actually. Come on up.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. B'nei Yisrael, oh Hilei Olam, oh Hilei Olam, oh Hilei Olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et haaretz v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashve'i Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam.
Reagan. Okay, girls, Baruch.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom u'mevorach, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom u'mevorach.
Shabbos, everyone.
Shabbat
Shabbat
shalom.
Shabbat shalom. So, how about Mazel Tov? Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Beautiful two kids. You know what, Mark? Can I just give you these? Yeah. I used to hand them directly to the kids. I usually would stand next to the kids talking to them, but this is a different pandemic time, you know?
Older daughter. There's a story.
Boy, oh boy. Be fruitful and multiply, huh? You guys did it. Yeah. 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 Thanks. Right. That's right. You're right. You're absolutely right. Good. Okay. Let's go and celebrate.